Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is in an Outbreak of Witchcraft, a graphic novel of the Salem Witch Trials, written by Deborah, Noyes, and illustrated by Duffy. So I know of the Salem Witch Trials. Like, I know the general gist. It was in the 1600s. I know that it was kind of like mass hysteria, that women were, and some men were put to death, falsely accused of being witches and practicing witchcraft or being in league with the devil, that there were a lot of lies that came out of it to accuse people, but that's about my extent of knowledge. This dives in a bit, so it follows some of the people who were accused. It's not like a comprehensive, complete, hey, we're covering every single thing that happened, but it gives you a really good sense as to the progression, what happened, the bad, the worst, the downright despicable. It's a really intriguing read, and it's really educational. Now, the one thing I'll say that's maybe negative about it is I definitely lost track of some people of like who they were. It's just a lot of different people to keep track of, and there are a lot in bonnets and stuff like that, so they look very similar. And it's one of those where it's not quite, people don't quite have like that look and personality that makes it easy to be like, okay, that's goody, whatever. So that's maybe the only negative, is I had trouble keeping track of some people. But it doesn't matter. That's not so much the point as to actually taking you through what happened in the history. And in that case, it's solid. It's a really, really good read, and I think it does an excellent job of doing exactly that. By the time you're done with this, reading it, you'll have a really good sense as to what happened, why it happened, well, maybe why it happened, but definitely what happened. And it's I think, actually fascinating in that there's a lot of echoes to today of the lies leading to people being put on trial. Not talking about the orange turd, but the people the orange turd's followers put on trial, and the hysteria that spews from that. I think there's actually kind of a modern day event that is very similar in that's going on. To me, that's actually really intriguing, and it kept on echoing while reading it. But it's really fascinating. I mean, it does, I think, a really solid job of setting up what happened, the world, the time period. So it shows we got that. So you can kind of see here, like it's not exactly people are standing out a whole lot from this, which is cool. Like it actually doesn't impact a lot. Between each kind of section, there's a breakdown as to what's going on, the time period, to give you kind of a general knowledge of what to expect in the world. And I think the art is really solid. I think as far as I know, it captures the period really well. You feel like you're in that time. Like there's nothing that stands out being like, oh, nope, that person's wearing a watch. Like, oh, they've got a Rolex on. It's not that sort of, like, it feels of the times. It keeps things, I think, very focused. We're not talking like really grand scenes. It's a lot of talking and characters accusing each other, or declaring their innocence. And I think also what it does is a really great job of explaining like why this witch trial stands out. Like, why do we know this one when it wasn't the first, and it wasn't the only one? And I think that part's really, really interesting as well. So it's, I think, a fascinating, great educational tool. I definitely came out understanding and knowing a lot more about what happened. Like, I can't go through and name all the characters, name all the people involved, but I can give you a general sense of like, hey, this is why what happened, this is why it happened. So to come out, I feel I'm like more educated and have a better idea of the details and the causes and all that. So really, really good. So if you're interested in the Salem Witch Trials, if you have like just a slight interest in it and want to learn more, I think it's an excellent way to go about doing it. It is out in shops. We got a link this beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so you do get a small percentage by doing that. You help support our site, so thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank LB Inc. for hooking us up with this review copy. And, of course, thank you all for watching. If you're into comics, if you're into graphic novels, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.